Hello again, YouTubers. Welcome back to the Board Game Captain. I'm the Board Game Captain.
And I'm Lynn.
And today we're going to be doing another collection Cull video. The last time we did one of these, a lot of people seem to like it. So we're going to be showing you what games we've decided to cull out of our collection to make room for more new games and talk about why. So now the reason we do these culls is because everybody's got limited space that they can hold their games onto. And as Lynn always says...
no use holding on to mediocre games.
That's right. No use holding on to mediocre games. So, Lynn, why don't you start us off with one of the games you've decided to get rid of?
Well, I have this Ascension Immortal Heroes. It's an expansion. We won it. I think you won it.
Yeah, I won it in a contest.
And it's unopened because it's an expansion to a game.
Well, we have the regular Ascension, the original one, and the first expansion to it. And you know, if we were in, we played the heck out of that when that first came out, but we never kind of went on to the later versions. And this is an expansion to a later version. It can be played two-player, but we kind of decided that we may have played out Ascension for us. And if we were interested in playing it again, we'd probably play the basic version just because we really actually did like the basic version a lot. So we decided we weren't really going to hold on to this, so we're going to let someone else get a chance to play it. So we're going to sell that one. Okay, so now my first one I wanted to show that I'm getting rid of is the old Warcraft board game. Now, this was a dudes on a map with meeples, themed on the old, not World of Warcraft, but the original Warcraft War Strategy game. And it just never hits the table anymore. I don't think it's hit the table in over 10 years. And it was just taking up room on the shelf. And I was holding on to it for nostalgia purposes. But there's better war strategy games out there right now. And they've totally replaced it. I would say things like Blood Rage or Twilight Imperium or you know, there are a lot of, Cry Havoc. All of those have replaced it, so it never gets played anymore. So what have you got?
At Gen Con, I got this like mystery board game box.
You bought a lot of different mystery boxes at Gen Con.
Yeah, the mystery board game box from this one store was a bust. It had a bunch of expansions in it.
Yeah, not even whole games.
Yeah.
I mean,
this was one of them, and it's expansion to a game that we don't have and aren't interested in playing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's unopened, and
that's going to be...
I hope someone likes it.
Yeah, someone's going to get that. Okay, so the next thing I have to show is the expansion to the Warcraft board game, which was the patterned after the expansion from the video game, which I think the expansion in the video game was called the Frozen Throne. But in this, it was just called the Warcraft board game expansion set. So that since I'm getting rid of the base game, there's no reason to hold on to the expansion. So that's going to go with it. So, you know, maybe someone will pick them both up as a pair.
Another thing that came in that mystery board game box was another expansion to a game we don't have.
Now, we actually used to have this game, but we already sold that game back. So there's no reason to hold on to the expansion. That game was Dust Tactics. My next one I'm getting rid of is an old 4-player chess I have here. You know what? This hasn't come out in probably more than 15 years. You need exactly 4 people to play this. And then when it comes down to it, all it is chess with 4 players and an extra big board. And it's not really all that good. But you know what? Maybe someone else will enjoy it. So I'm going to get rid of it, and maybe someone else will give it a good home. What's your next one?
My next one, I think, is the last one from that mystery...
Nope. You have one more from the mystery box there.
Okay. It's an Iron Man Yahtzee.
Yes, because a terrible game like Yahtzee can be made better just by throwing Iron Man theme on it.
No, thank you.
Bye-bye. My next one is Centipede, and if you want to know why I'm getting rid of Centipede, I just filmed a review and tutorial for this before filming this video. It might be up. I'm not sure if it's going to be up before this video is up, but if it isn't, the review and tutorial will be up shortly, and if you watch that, I'll fully explain why it is I'm not holding on to Centipede.
Okay, so this is the last from that mystery box.
7
card Slugfest.
Yeah, so that was the only one that was a full game that I thought about holding on to, but I looked it up and it didn't actually look that interesting.
Yeah, and it's 3 to 8 players. We hardly ever have 3 people, so
yeah,
it's
well,
not worth holding.
We have 4 people sometimes, but it didn't sound like it didn't sound very interesting. So my next one is Star Wars Imperial Assault. Now, this game is very popular. There's a lot of people into it. We played one game of it, and it just did not click with us. And my personal opinion about why it's very popular is the Star Wars theme on it. I feel like if they had put a generic theme of generic sci-fi guys on it, or generic fantasy guys on it, and just made it a battle game or the storyline game, because both are in here, that it would not be anywhere near as popular as it is. I didn't think the mechanics were all that interesting or fun. We didn't play it enough to review it, but I didn't enjoy it, and neither one of us really wanted to play it again. And I kind of felt like I was being the bad guys, and I felt like being the bad guys in the storyline mode was not very interesting or fun at all. So I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not going to hold on to this.
My next one is Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading cards. I think there's 3 decks in here. I like the cartoon.
Neither one of us had ever played the card game.
And I wanted to try the card game because the cartoon makes it look so fun.
The card game is ridiculously overly complex for what it is.
There's a lot of math.
And it's just very bizarre. It's like ridiculously overcomplicated for what it is. And the thing was, we were never planning on collecting the cards. We just wanted to... Because you liked the old show and you wanted to play some of the... This had decks from the show, but we played it and it was like...
It has like Joey's deck and Yu-Gi-Oh's deck and...
But it was just way overcomplicated for what it was.
Kaiba's deck. Yeah.
And we didn't really enjoy it.
I was like, I want to use Joey's deck. I was all excited, and then I was like, my brain hurts.
So the next one I'm getting rid of here is Super Dungeon Explorer. Now the thing is, this is kind of a 2-player hybrid between a battle strategy game and a dungeon crawler. One player plays the good guys and they're trying to find their way through the dungeon and kill the boss, while the other player is playing the bad guys and trying to kill the heroes. But when it comes down to it, I liked this game for a while. We played it a bunch, but then it's kind of been replaced by more modern dungeon crawls that we enjoyed more. I would say specifically for me, it's been replaced by Arcadia Quest, which I've got on the shelf there behind me. I just like Arcadia Quest better. And you do too, right?
I was never really into this. I kind of, pity played with you.
Oh, wow, thanks. But would you agree that Arcadia Quest is a total replacement of Super Dungeon Explorer? So there you have that. What's the next one we have there?
My next one is Isle of Skye.
Now, this is another one that we just filmed a review of this, and if you want to know why we got rid of it, whether the review is already out or coming soon, watch the review and you'll see why we got rid of Isle of Skye.
It's not good.
Yeah, that's the short version. The next thing I have is the Caverns of Roxor, which is a expansion for Super Dungeon Explorer. Why hold on to the expansion when we're already getting rid of the base game, right?
Next up I have a Munchkin loot letter, which I think is supposed to be like love letter.
That was another freebie that came somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was ever opened.
No, it wasn't. I think that was actually also in the box.
Was it?
In the mystery box.
Okay.
But again, we were like, no.
Not really interested in love letter, so I'm not interested in loot letter.
And plus, we don't even play Munchkin anymore either. So my next one is another expansion from Super Dungeon Explorer. It is, what is it called? Von Drack Manor. Again, if I'm getting rid of the base game, there's no reason to hold on to an expansion, so that's going away.
And then Munchkin, just because we never...
It never hits the table anymore. Yeah. It really doesn't. And it's just, you know what? And here's the thing. There's a lot of hate going around for Munchkin, but to be honest, when Munchkin came out, yeah, it was very fun and it was very accessible and we liked it. But the thing is, I mean, it just never hits the table anymore. There's a lot of newer, better games. And the thing is this, Munchkin was fine for when it came out. It's getting really quite dated, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I know I played it, but I can't remember how to play it. And
it's been a long time.
And so...
Yeah. So my final one from my side here is Arena for the Gods. Now, this is another one we've filmed a review and tutorial on, and again,
it's not good.
It's not good. And if you want to know fully why it is we're getting rid of this, though, check out a review and tutorial video on it. It's either out now or coming soon because we have already filmed it. But yeah, the short version is we did not like this game at all. It's not that it was replaced by something else. It just wasn't good. My
last one is Ortus Wreck.
Now,
it's a card game in this giant box
with big wooden card organizers. This makes me sad. Again, this wasn't that it was a bad game. It just didn't click with us. We played it and we just it wasn't that it was a bad game. It just its style wasn't for us. And we immediately realized it was similar to Star Wars Imperial Assault. We played it once and it didn't click with us, and then we were just like,
yeah, it's like we wanted to like it because it's so pretty, but
we just didn't enjoy it. And again, it's not that it's bad mechanically; it's fine. It's a sound game.
It's an alright game, and it's pretty, and it has good components. It wasn't for us.
Maybe it will find a better home with someone else. So again, now when you guys are culling games from your collection, looking to make room, there's lots of options on what to do with those games. You can donate them to a local children's hospital or a local library. You can sell them to a local used bookstore if you're strapped for cash and really need the money. What are some other options?
Well, I just popped into my head. There's little free libraries. There could be little free game libraries.
You can make a little free game, or you know what? In a little free library, you could put a smaller game in there, like Munchkin would fit. Some of the bigger ones aren't going to, but smaller ones would be able to fit. Sure, and so there are lots of options that you have for either donating or selling the game. So, and there is no reason to hold on to games that you're not playing. You shouldn't have them taking up space in your house when you could make room to buy new games that you might enjoy better. So as newer games come out, and some games might replace older games for you because they're just simply more fun and more enjoyable, or maybe there's games that you just never liked, you might as well get rid of them and make room for new games. So there you have it. Those are all the games we're getting rid of November 2017 here. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns on this video, be sure to put them in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this Cull video and you'd like to see us do more like it in the future, be sure to give this video a like, share this video, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Board Game Kaptain. That's Kaptain spelt with a K on YouTube. And until next time, game on.